Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel, Lenox Justifier of Innocence, created by Zeus and Demeter to save humanity. I'm here as the character Josephine, and with me today is Mr. Buddy the guard dog, who was sent by the ultimate creator to watch over Lenox. Now, for those of you who are new to this channel, welcome, and I'm just going to give you a quick backstory of what this channel is about. So this is a fantasy justice channel where superheroes and mythological gods unite in the fight to save humanity in order to restore the balance of good and evil. Lenox, the protagonist, was created through a human surrogate to fulfill her destiny of restoring that balance. She does this with the help of her crew, and they go on missions. And the missions that we go on this channel is based on real world events and tragedies. Some of the subjects can be sensitive in nature, and some may even trigger emotional response, though we try to be as respectful as possible when we are going through the backstories and the fantasy justice part. We did want to forewarn you on that fact. Now, based on that we are based on real world tragedies and real true crime, though we do have that fantasy component. Today, we are going to be talking about something off script. I have been working on, the second half. Please excuse Mr. Buddy. Like, this is totally unscripted, and I am just being as raw and real with you as possible. Normally, we have a full script and we're in character and go through everything in a sequence. But my studio is super, super hot right now, and Mr. Buddy's uncomfortable. So I'm going to let him just go off and cool off in front of the AC unit over there. So, please bear with us while we work through this particular shot today. So I wanted to get this video out, and based on everything that happened with Mr. Trump. Now, I feel that this channel being about, they're mythological creatures and superheroes, but all the subjects are based on true world events. And the whole purpose is to try to learn from things that are happening and try to restore the balance of good and evil, even if it's done in fantasy. But I feel it is necessary that we touch upon this subject because what happened this past weekend was absolutely horrific. It was disgusting on all levels. And I don't even feel right going forward with any stories until I address this. Now, I know that what I'm going to say will probably offend some people, but today you can't say anything. You can't even sneeze without offending some people. So there's that. But after watching the mini clips of what happened, there's a few things that I'm going to say. Now, first of all, I am so grateful that he is okay. When I first heard that he had been shot, my reaction was, I had a very profound reaction because it is my belief that this man is the only hope that America has right now. And I'm totally serious when I say this. He's the only person that can get this country back on track. And regardless of how you feel about somebody, whether you don't like how they look, or maybe they say things in a manner that you find offensive, the bottom line is this man is trying to do good, and he's trying to help this country. And regardless of your personal feelings about somebody's appearance, language, or race, or any of that stuff, it doesn't give you the right to wish death on anybody or to have all those like horrible comments about, oh, too bad they missed. Like, seriously, you need to reevaluate the person that you are if you are thinking that way, because that is evil at the deepest level. Okay. And if you're that type of person, I don't even want you to be a fan of this channel. I don't. I know I'm a new channel and I'm just getting started out, but that's not the type of following that I want. I'll tell you that right now. I want people with integrity who believe in the good of people and who try to take steps in a positive direction to make a good change without violence. Okay. Violence is the last resort for any situation. And if you are trying to commit violence or wishing violence on people who have done nothing to you, you don't know this man. You might not like what he has to say at times. He might come off cocky, but so what? Okay. You need that. You need that kind of attitude in order to run a country. You can't be soft. Okay. And I think people have been so conditioned to everything being soft and coddled and sugar coated that when you have somebody who is raw, unfiltered, and just says what needs to be said, ooh, you start falling apart. Well, enough is enough. We're not going to coddle. None of this anymore. It's absolute crap. Okay. There's no need for it. And you need to re-examine who you are as a person. If you're one of those people who have been celebrating or wishing ill will on this man and his family. Okay. And with everything that Biden has done to this country, we're not sitting there trying to take shots at him or wishing him ill will. I actually feel sorry for the man. I don't like him. I think he's absolute atrocity as a president of this country. But doesn't mean I want anything bad to happen to him. In fact, I actually feel sorry for him because I feel that he is a victim of elder abuse by his cabinet. They're using him as a puppet. The man is obviously ill and needs to be at home, being taken care of and being able to enjoy his golden years in peace. Even though some think that he might not deserve it, he still should be retired and be able to address his health issues without the burden and distress of running a country that he so clearly cannot. But even with that said, with everything that he's done that has directly impacted the American people, specifically the middle class, women and children, he still doesn't deserve to have death threats or shots taken at him. And that's why we on our side have not done it. And when I say our side, I mean good. I'm not talking Democrat or Republican because I really don't care which side you land on. I care about what is in your heart and what your integrity is and whether you're good or evil. And right now, this is a battle between good or evil. Now, I've said it time and time again on this channel during the stories that we cover that one of the biggest problems as to why this country is in such chaos is because they have taken God out of everything. And when you take God out of everything, guess what? You don't have a moral compass to ground you. Okay? Because if you have a moral compass, you wouldn't think this was funny and you wouldn't be wishing ill will or death onto any other human being that has done nothing except try to make this country better. So shame on you if you're one of those people. So now that I got that off my chest, I did want to go over some of the observations from the videos of the scene of which this happened. And I would like to get your input, your honest input, just on what your thoughts are, because this is what I think. Okay. So after looking at the video, not just the scene of the horrificness of what happened to him and him being on the ground and stuff, but the Secret Service, the people that were there to protect him, these are supposed to be the most elite law enforcement people that we have. Is that the best that we can do? Am I alone in this? Because they look like a joke, a complete disaster. They looked unorganized, unprepared. Those women looked like they were like deer in headlights. That one woman panicking, not even being able to holster her gun. They're all, I'm like, really? I've never seen anything like that. I have never seen anything so ridiculous looking in my life. And that's who we have protecting a former president of the United States and the future 2024 president. That's what we have. That is a direct result of this, oh, everybody gets a trophy mentality. I'm sorry, but people need to get jobs based on their qualifications and how well they do their job. And if you're going to be somebody in Secret Service, you should be built like a gladiator. Now, I don't have a problem against powerful women because obviously my character is a powerful woman and I consider myself to be a very strong woman. But you got to be honest with yourself and know your limitations. Do I believe there are some women that can do that job? Oh yeah, absolutely. But definitely none of those women that were doing it. And the director of that FBI or Secret Service agency, she should step down. Save yourself the embarrassment and step down. Because she is not qualified to run that organization. In my opinion, allegedly. Okay? She is not qualified. Because she put that man in danger. Whether it was intentional or not, we're not going to say. We're not going to go there just yet. She put that man in danger because she put people in positions based on, oh, I want to be fair. I want to include everyone. No, that's not how life works, Buttercup. Okay? That's not how life works. You put people in positions that have the best physical capabilities, the best mindset, and who can do the job to the best ability. That's why they're in those positions. Those are elite positions. So if you're not elite, guess what? You don't belong in that position. Okay. You want to be in that position? Then you better train hard. You better work hard. You better study and you better get in shape because I didn't even see any of those people look like they could run under a 10-minute mile. They look pathetic. And I don't care if that offends people. I don't. If you're going to be in that type of position, you should be in shape. And I'm telling you right now, that is scary. I used to be a personal trainer. I'm still a licensed personal trainer, though I don't actively train clients anymore. I only train myself. But when I was a trainer, I trained people for the police force. I trained people for Border Patrol. And guess what? There was this one time where I was training this lady for Border Patrol. And we trained, and I'm sorry, like before her starting training with me, she was definitely not athletic whatsoever. She had good intentions, good heart. But there was no way this lady should have been put in that position. Maybe in an administrative role, or like, if somebody who is helping with, children detained or something like that. Maybe in those type of roles, more nurturing roles and supportive role. But to be on the line chasing herps as they're trying to illegally cross, absolutely not. Absolutely not. She was severely deconditioned, just very weak, not strong at all. And that's a very important position. You're protecting the border of this country. Okay? You're basically on the front line. You should be elite. And she passed. She passed the test. And I was happy for her, but I was shocked that she passed that physical test because she couldn't even run under a 10-minute mile. And she couldn't even lift her own body weight. And it is my opinion, and I feel that I am right, that if you are going to be in those type of positions, whether you're FBI on the field, whether you're in law enforcement or your Secret Service, you should look like a gladiator. Okay. You should be in pristine condition, and you should be strong, and you should be intimidating looking, and you should be able to get the job done. And that team did not. They failed. They failed, and lives were lost as a result, and other injuries occurred as a result of their failure. Want to know what your thoughts are on that? Because that's where I stand. All these conspiracy theories out there, very negative, very negative. People trying to say like, oh, it was, planned. It possibly it could have been planned, but definitely not by Trump's side. That's for sure. That's for sure. He's not gonna. He doesn't. First of all, he's so ahead in the polls. He doesn't need to pull any of these stupid stunts. That's something the other side does. That's something evil does when they know they are losing. They play dirty because they know they can't win on their own merits. Okay. So, enough of that. Said what I had to say. I would like to hear what you guys' thoughts on the Secret Service. And just, get some of your theories. I'd like to entertain some of your theories and what you think happened and how you feel it could have been averted. I'm even kind of like annoyed with the people who've seen the man crawling up the building. Like, where's your courage? What happened to people today? Why doesn't anybody stand up? I don't understand it. Okay. If you see somebody who looks like they're up to no good and they're crawling up a building and you know that our future president is standing right over there going to speak, why wouldn't you go check out and see what he was doing? I would. I'm a sneaky little bitch. I'll tell you that, and I'm not that afraid of hardly anything. I'm afraid of those giant cockroaches. That's about it. Okay. Why wouldn't you go check it out? Yes, I'm happy that you inform law enforcement, but the minute that you see that law enforcement isn't acting on it, go see for yourself. Go up there, see what he's up to. It could have been diverted. That could have been stopped, and lives could have been saved, and injuries could have been prevented. If you see something and you fail to act, you are complicit in the atrocity. Now, I'm not talking about the people who tried to report it and tried to get something done, but man, do something. Don't just stand there. It's like those bystanders that they'll see a young woman being attacked by somebody and they just record it. Why don't you help her? I just don't understand that. I don't understand what is happening to our society. Okay. You need to get angry. You need to find courage and you need to act for the greater good of man because this country is in complete chaos. It's in complete chaos. And the only way that we're going to fix this is if we start with ourselves. So I just want to say thank you for those of you who stayed and listened to my rant. I needed to get that out, whether anybody listens to it or not. I needed to say what I needed to say. And I hope that it resonates with some of you. And I hope that it'll make you think. I hope that you will act in the future whenever you see something that isn't right. Going forward, we're going to continue the second half of the Jocelyn Narango story. We're going to go into the fantasy portion of it, which is the fun part, where we get justice against the perpetrators. And as you can see, this is a different Josephine costume. I'm playing around with Josephine's look. I've been revamping all of the costumes slowly. This is the Lenox wig. I usually don't wear a wig when I play Josephine, and I probably won't going forward. I just did this because I didn't want to do my hair, but it's too hot in here for the wig. And I'm working on all of the artwork. I started working on the artwork for the second book. I also made a decision that I'm going to rewrite the first book. I'm not going to rewrite it as far as the story goes, but I'm going to have it re-edited. I'm going to redo all the artwork, and I'm going to have it republished with my under more control by me, so that the outcome is more to my vision than what it was when I did it when I had it published through the publisher. So those are the things that I'm going to be working on, and I will let you know as soon as what the progress is, and as soon as it's done, so that you can get copies of that. And I hope that you guys have an amazing week. Everybody pray for this nation. Please take care of yourselves, take care of your kids, and as always, God bless. Thank you guys so much for watching. We'll see you in a few days.